Generally, predictions about the future tend to overestimate the speed at which technological advancements will occur in the short term. Rather than leaps forward, such development is a slow, gradual, complex process that unfolds over a relatively long period of time. Humanity will not witness fundamentally new technologies in 2050, but rather improved ones that will improve existing technologies. The introduction of environmentally friendly technologies will be gradual, not universal. The medical profession won't make any major breakthroughs, but there will be incremental gains. There will be a 2-year increase in average life expectancy. Some countries will be able to implement advanced technologies faster than others. Social and financial stratification will grow dramatically. A new space race and new crewed missions to the moon will take place between the most technologically and economically advanced countries. Large cities will grow and population density will increase. As technologies advance step by step, human life will transform by 2050. You're watching your favorite YouTube channel, Caesar Ritual. In today's video, we are going to talk about the world in 2050. The rise of high-level technology. Before moving forward to discuss the world in 2050, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Getting back to the video, let's start. The human race will see improvements to current technologies in 2050 rather than fundamentally new ones. The introduction of environmentally friendly technologies will take place over time rather than being ubiquitous. Medicine will not make any significant breakthroughs, but there will be incremental gains. Life expectancy is expected to increase by 2 years in 2050, and advanced technologies will be implemented more quickly in some countries. The most technologically and economically advanced countries will engage in the new space race and new crewed missions to the moon by 2050, leading to a rise in social and financial stratification and a growth in population density. By 2050, these changes will have transformed human life. TWI 2050 provides fact-based knowledge to support policy development and the implementation of the SDG TWI 2050 objectives. Listed below is a list of the world in 2050 in the new era of humankind to address the full spectrum of transformational challenges related to achieving the 17 Sustainable Development Goals in an integrated manner to minimize conflicts among them and reap the benefits of potential synergies of achieving them in unison. In the 20th century, child mortality rates will be vastly lower than today. The sharpest decline was among children. Human health assessment based on the Copenhagen Consensus on Human Challenge indicates that children under 5 years old are in poor health, but the rate of decline has been rapid in low and middle-income countries, especially since 1950. UNICEF reported in 2013 that between 1990 and 2012, the number of deaths among children under 5 fell from 90 per 1,000 live births to 48 per 1,000 live births. This trend is likely to continue, according to the Copenhagen report, as the rate drops to 31 per 1,000 live births in 2050, and even more dramatically, in Africa, it will continue to decline dramatically. This decline is attributed to factors such as preventing mother-child transmission of HIV, immunization against diseases, insecticide-treated nets to prevent malaria, and micronutrients for children to prevent life-threatening deficiencies. In the future, we will have vaccines and cures for many diseases. While we cannot predict what will threaten our bodies in the future, vaccines and cures for current diseases and illnesses will improve by 2050. Within 20 years, researchers hope to develop a vaccine to stop HIV, which kills 1.5 million to 2 million people annually. According to Martin Wisk, consultant in infectious diseases at the University Hospitals of Leicester NHS Trust, we have had difficulties finding a traditional vaccine for HIV in the past, but scientists are making progress in understanding How our immune system interacts with the virus. Treatment is already available for malaria, which kills 1 million people every year. Some organizations still hope for a vaccine, while others are genetically engineering mosquitoes to carry the parasite's self-destruct. A better understanding of the processes behind Alzheimer's bring us closer and closer to a cure. A US vaccine already exists for meningitis, which other countries will soon adopt. Several types of rheumatoid arthritis drugs have recently been shown to cure a young child's leukemia, and a modified measles vaccine has put another woman's cancer into remission. The body can even be trained to attack cancer directly by training its immune system with cancer vaccines. Nanoparticles may even attack cancer stem cells that form tumors. Some scientists hope that the contents of human brains will be uploaded into computers in the coming decades, allowing people to live forever inside a robotic body or as a hologram. In order to transfer human consciousness and brain functions into an artificial body by 2045, neuroscientist Randall Seen and Russian financial backer Dmitry Idskov plan to map the brain, reduce its activity to computations, and reproduce those computations in code. According to Popular Science, Keynes said his goal isn't just to achieve immortality. We want people to be able to travel to places and do things in our own bodies that are impossible. Despite not meeting that goal by 2050, scientists are still working on preserving human brains and all their contents indefinitely through immersion in chemical solutions. If we can put the brain in a state in which it does not decay, the second step could happen 100 years later, and everyone could experience mind uploading firsthand. The Brain Preservation Foundation's Kenneth Hayworth believes scientists will be able to preserve mouse brains by 2015. The development of countries around the world will be that much further along by 2050, Bill Gates wrote earlier this year. By 2035, there will be no poor countries. There were 700 million fewer people living in extreme poverty in 2010 than there were in 1990, and the rate of improvement has also increased. $1 a day was defined as extreme poverty in 1990, but 1.25 cents a day was defined in 2008. Today, the World Bank has set a new goal to lower the number of people living in extreme poverty to no more than 3% of the population by 2030. Global poverty can be eradicated through increased foreign aid, Gates says. Jeffrey Sachs, special advisor to UN Secretary General, calls for a new kind of mixed capitalism, using public health education and the promotion of new science and technology in conjunction with market forces. He cites parts of Africa as examples. Rural poverty has been reduced by cell phones and malaria control. Keeping a sustainable higher growth path will lead to a reduction of global poverty from about 21% in 2005 to less than 2.5% in 2050. According to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organizations, the number of people living in poverty will drop by another billion. Global climate change is already posing threats to impoverished people worldwide. In places like Panama and a once lively fishing community in England, time will tell whether eradicating poverty will outweigh the detrimental impact of climate change. Artificial intelligence. Assuming there is no Terminator scenario, the rise of artificial intelligence could be a positive thing. While robots may replace some workers, it's important to remember that past innovations have opened up whole new industries and jobs along with them. I could do the same. By 2050, Carnegie Mellon University's Robotics Institute predicts free-moving robots that will outperform humans in both physical and intellectual ways will run entire businesses on their own. As he wrote in Scientific American, humans could engage in a variety of social, recreational, and artistic pursuits, similar to today's comfortable retirees and wealthy leisure classes. With mass-produced, fully educated robots, scientists working diligently, quickly, and increasingly effectively, most of what science knows in 2050 will have been discovered by our artificial descendants. Robots can also provide emotional sustenance, such as love and sex with robots. That's all for today's video. video. Guys, tell us your views in the comments section, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next video. Until then, best wishes.